Good morning, Robert Scribbler filming south and east from Jeanette's Pier at a relatively choppy and sloppy North Atlantic Ocean with 2 to 5 foot waves up and down the east facing beaches of the Outer Banks today. Winds calming down and the chop is calming down as well, though still pretty choppy, although quite a bit more rideable and clean than yesterday. As you can see, we've got some semi-crumbly waves coming in here, although there is some surf to be had if you're willing to brave the chill air. It's in the lower 40s and cold water temperatures in the upper 40s north and mid 50s south. Not going to go through a very comprehensive breakdown today of conditions up and down the Outer Banks. Just suffice it to say, less choppy than yesterday, certainly more rideable, but not as amazingly clean as we've seen it on some recent days and in the 2 to 5 foot range. What we will focus on is the forecast, and we've got a lot of stuff going on right now. For today, once again, 2 to 5 foot and less choppy, and becoming less choppy throughout the day. Cold with highs in the lower 50s, but we're going to be looking forward to a storm coming in from the south tomorrow with rain sweeping in, and as the storm rises up from the south, it's going to bring with it some strong southeasterly winds in the range of 20 to 30 miles per hour. And that will bring in some rain as well, and warmer temperatures near 60 degrees tomorrow. Waves pushed in by those southeasterly winds in the range of 2 to 4 foot, possibly 2 to 5 foot. This will be mostly an onshore flow, so the waves will tend to be more crumbly and less hollow, but I think the waves might be rideable tomorrow. We're not going to get as much in the way of side shore angles to the swells and just total chaos, so it might still be rideable in the rain there tomorrow. And then by Sunday, cleaning up very nicely, looking beautiful on Sunday with glassy 3 to 5 foot waves up and down the Outer Banks. We might have a repeat of what occurred earlier this week, where we had a kind of a magical day, which was a surprise. So possibly some very beautiful waves on Sunday in the 3 to 5 foot range, maybe even larger, maybe some head high waves, maybe some overhead high waves, depending on your location. The winds are going to shift around to the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour on Sunday. It's going to be sunny with highs in the lower to middle 50s, probably ranging around 52, 53, 54 degrees for a high, depending on your location. And then by Monday, once again, we're going to get those winds whipping around to the north, becoming brisk as they whip around to the north. Winds picking up to 15 to 20 miles per hour, generating choppy conditions and 2 to 5 foot waves on Monday with a high around 46. So getting back into that cold regime on Monday. And then as we get into Tuesday, we will be staring in the teeth of a major storm system, a building gale, likely late Tuesday and early Wednesday. So waves starting out in the range of about 3 to 6 feet, 2 to 5 feet early on Tuesday, but with those strong southeasterly winds picking up, we expect waves to build to 10 to 16 feet by Tuesday night. With those strong winds coming in from the south, we do expect surf to be pretty choppy and unruly both Tuesday and Wednesday, as the storm conditions will preside over the Outer Banks with some heavy winds and heavy rains at times. But by later in the week, behind this system coming in from the south, there is the possibility for some glorious waves on Thursday and Friday. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it, but does look potentially promising. All right, so thank you for joining me for this wonderful session of the OBX wave report as we have some glorious golden sun rays beaming down and comprehensive forecast for you guys. And once again, I would like to ask everyone to please do everything they can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change, which is driven by fossil fuel burning. The primary solutions to the climate crisis is the mass deployment of wind, water, solar energy sources, as well as the electric vehicles that can then be mated to those clean energy sources. And that will help to reduce the impacts of climate crisis, which are particularly on the coastlines, rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. And there are so many impacts from climate change, but here on the coast we are really facing the teeth of it, particularly here on the Outer Banks, which is very low lying. So if you want to continue to enjoy such beautiful coastal conditions, not have terrible impacts to coral reefs, not see the beach places that we all love and enjoy wrecked by severe storms and sea level rise and nasty changes to ocean health, harmful changes to ocean health, we really need to get going on the mass deployment of clean energy. Thankfully, this year we have had big growth in clean energy systems, both for power generation and for transportation. Mass deployment of solar in particular underway, as well as also massive growth in wind energy. And then on top of all that, electric vehicle production globally likely to hit 13.3 million electric vehicles this year. So major growth in clean energy systems. We need to keep doing it, keep that rapid growth up. We can. We totally can, and we can save our coastlines from the harm generated by that fossil fuel burning. All right, so thank you for joining me for this Friday session of the OBX Wave Report, and I will be back with you guys shortly.